Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel and another adventure. My name is Michelle, this is Feeny, and we have about a 3-hour drive before our next adventure, so we will see you there. We made it to our adventure for the day. Well, at least the parking spot for our adventure for today. We are deep in the mountains, northwestern Arizona, Wickenburg, Wikia, Yucca area to explore some of the Arizona mining history. If you followed any of my Colorado videos, you know I love old abandoned mines. This has been on my list for a while. I have just not gotten around to doing it. So I'm super excited to explore the Gold King Mine. But before we get, or Gold King Mansion, from the Gold King mining area. Before we head out to hike that, let me tell you a little bit about where we are, how we got here. So we're off of Forest Road 129. We're about 9.25 miles in. The mansion is at about 12 miles, but from all of my research, I knew that I was gonna need to park farther back due to the fact that this is an OHV area. So this is a super popular OHV trail. Moss Hills is, I believe, the OHV trail. And beyond just two parts, the one that I'm really worried about getting out of, that I just know is going to be a little bit of a stressful moment. Other than that, it was a very easy, just dirt road. If you've adventured in Payson or Flagstaff at all and have done any forest roads, you know that's what it's like. But there was one very significant downhill area that I'm a little concerned about going up, but we'll do slow and steady. But anywho, I parked about a quarter of a mile from where I had planned on because this road behind me gets just a little too sketch for me. It looks like it got washed out by some of the flooding this past season. So I can actually see the sign. So it's right at the top of the hill, so we're super close. So we'll have about a 2-mile hike. This road, something I didn't find in all of my research, has some awesome camping. Had I known that, I think I probably would have planned to park and camp way back and done a run in and gotten like 8-10 miles for the day. It was beautiful. You kind of followed like a ridgeline trail road. So it was really beautiful. It would be a great spot to camp. So highly recommend if you want to come out here, totally make this a day trip, and you can park out further if you don't have a vehicle or if you're not comfortable coming all the way to where I did. If I had to do it again, I'd probably come about 6 miles in, camp, do the remaining 6 via foot. Anyhow, so I've got to get ready because I am not wearing appropriate footwear. He is ready. He was playing with a rock and he just came up and limped, so I need to check his tootsies. And then yeah, we're gonna get packed up, we're gonna get on the road, and then we will take you to the mansion. All right, so I am 0.2 miles away from the actual trailhead where I started. If you could get through that area, which definitely looks like some flooding happened, there's a great pull-off parking area right here. So we're not too far away, not worried about it. But here we go. We've got a little kiosk for you to follow. Not really much on there. So now it is just time. It's high clearance 4-wheel drive technical, or 2-wheel drive and 4-paw drive. All right, getting the first glimpses of the building. Is wild that anything is back here. Absolutely wild. Super, super cool though. All right, we are here. Let's go explore. Beans here. So for some reason, I totally imagined this was probably the kitchen area because there's like a stove out there, but it also would be a great place to waltz, I think. I mean, you can't go very far. It was really cool. All right, we made it to the Gold King Mansion. The Gold King Mansion was actually built in early 1929 to service the investors of the Gold King mine, as well as some upper level foremen, and a place to really host. Sadly, the mine was never as productive as they thought it was going to be, and then in the crash of October 29, the mine closed, and then the Gold King Mansion was left to rot. It's truly in the middle of nowhere, so it's no wonder why it was left to rot. But what I think is really cool is actually the construction of this building is concrete with these arched windows, which is not something you generally see in Arizona. You tend to see the more square stucco, like the casements are set back, so it's really beautiful. This place must have been stunning. You see some remnants of the ornate crown molding, and it's so peaceful and serene back here. It must have just been an absolutely glorious mansion. So we're gonna just keep exploring, and we're gonna just bring you along before we head back out. We have had this place to ourselves for like an hour. It's a little creepy back here, I'll be honest. Make sure you definitely tell somebody where you are because there is no cell service back here, and it is way out here. I do hear some OHVs in the distance, and generally I like having a place to myself, and I got it for a full hour, but I kind of would be nice to see somebody else. It's very, very, very far back here. So anyways, I'm gonna have a little Rice Krispie treat. I'm gonna see if we can head towards the mine a little bit. When I am solo, I don't really like to go too far off of a regular trail because you just never know. And I would be remiss to remind you, when you're at historic sites like this one's very famous, very popular. If you Google abandoned places in Arizona, you will find this, so that is why I feel really comfortable sharing it. But just remember to leave no trace, take nothing with you, except maybe if you do find some trash. This is oddly and actually very pleasantly a spotless place. I have not seen a single piece of trash, so that makes me feel warm and fuzzy. But we are gonna eat my snack. Well, I'm gonna eat my snack. We might check out the mine, and then we are gonna head back to the car. Well, because I am fresh off an ankle roll, I'm not going up there. My ankle's starting to bother me on this super loose rock. So this is super cool. This reminds me so much of the mines in Colorado and just how amazing they are, and how just, yeah, I'm always so impressed by what they can build out in the middle of absolutely nowhere. So we are officially done exploring. This is the only mine that I know of. So we've had our snack, we've had our explore. Now we're gonna head on home. Well, not, but we're gonna head on back to the car. So be careful what you wish for. It has gotten really busy. So I started around 9:30 and I saw no one, had the mine to myself for over an hour in the mansion. And now it's about 12 and it is super hopping. So motorcycles and dirt bikes and regular bikes and lifted Jeeps and just lots of razors. So that's one thing I did want to mention, that this road is rated correctly. I've been on a lot of off-roads that, you know, I've hiked in because they've been rated hard and I'm like, oh my gosh, I could have totally taken my Subaru down this. No, this is rated well. It is rated for lifted and off-road vehicles and four-wheelers. That is definitely what it's for. So even if you do bring a lifted vehicle and you get a little scared at parts, there are lots of pull-offs, like bail-off areas along the way. So definitely, if like you have an OHV or you have lifted, definitely try it, because there's definitely spaces to hop off if you want to. But yeah, it's been a little slow going coming back out because we have to keep stepping to the side, and there's lots of like really narrow areas. So I'm just kind of listening and getting through those areas quick when no vehicles are coming, which is what you do when you're in a vehicle anyways. So hey, I'm just a two-legged off-road vehicle, that's all. There's the Subi, and that's, it doesn't look bad in the camera, but that's the hill I gotta go up that I'm nervous about. There's the Subi. It's got one more hill in front. All right, we made it back to the car. It ended up being just shy of 4 miles with that extra little drop down that we didn't do in the vehicle. So I'm back to the car. I'll admit I'm a little nervous to get out of here, but luckily the hill I'm super nervous about is right off the bat. So we're just gonna whoosa and we're gonna get out, and I will let you know when I'm on the other side and that we made it, and I'll say goodbye then. We made it! It's definitely the worst grade I ever want to do. It was straight up and super rocky in spots, but she did good, he did good. We're out of the worst part. Now we've got 9 miles back to the main road, and we are actually headed out on another adventure that you will see after this video. So today's Gold King Mine, Gold King Mansion adventure is over for y'all, but our adventure is not over for today. So we will see you on the next video.